Hey everybody, and welcome to Lindsay's Little Library. I'm here today to do a book tag. So Cassie over at Bookish Four Eyes, who is the sweetest, love her. I watch every video. We have very similar book tastes, but she's always got one that I haven't heard of that I'm always interested in. So I'll leave a link to her channel below, but definitely go check her out. She was super sweet and tagged me in a video, so I gotta do it, right? The funny thing is when I was watching her tag video, I was thinking to myself, I need to do this tag, and then she tagged me, so it's meant to be. But this is the last 10 books tag. Again, I'll leave the link to Cassie's channel below as well as the original tag video below as well. So let's get started. Number 1, the last book you didn't finish. Well, you guys should probably know that, but Lincoln in the Bardo by George Saunders. Again, I just couldn't get into the way it was written. The story itself really intrigues me, like really intrigues me, but it just it lost me. I couldn't do it. Someone did tell me that I need to try the audiobook version of this, so I might have to give that a whirl. Let's see, number 2, the last book you reread. Not a big rereader. Actually, no, Harry Potter. Hello, Harry Potter. Last summer we started and we read the first Harry Potter to my girls this summer, and we're reading Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. So it's kind of going to be our summer thing that we do together, just kind of at night when we wind down. But that's probably the last one that I reread. I'm not a huge rereader. I wish I could be. I kind of want to, but I guess I have a limited amount of time to read, and I just want to read new stuff, so not a huge rereader. Question number 3, the last book you bought. Well, I just happened to have gotten my Book of the Month Club book in the mail, The Perfect Mother by Amy Malloy. Sounds psychological thriller, so I don't know a ton about it. I know that it's a group of friends. I believe they live near each other, and one of their kids goes missing, or twins go missing. Something like that. Again, I don't know a whole lot about it, but I don't like to know a lot about psychological thrillers. I like to go in them kind of blind, but isn't this just a pretty book? Like, just gorgeous. Number 4, the last book you said you read but didn't. Again, I don't think I've ever done that. If I want to read a book, I read a book. If I didn't get to read it, I'll admit it. I don't know. Number 5, the last book you wrote in the margins of. This isn't the first book I thought of, but I'll explain what happened to that in a minute. But last one was A Quart of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. There's a couple of things I've tabbed in here, just some good quotes I think that I wanted to come back to. I'm not a big, I don't write in a lot of margins, and I should, because I know I'll read really great quotes and then forget to really mark them and want to come back to them and can't find them. So obviously something struck a nerve with these two that I actually even tabbed it, but I should get better at that, because there's some really great quotes and great kind of explanations in books that I would love. All right, the last book you had signed, Salt of the Sea by Rudice Petties. Went and saw her a few weeks ago. She was fabulous. If you ever get the opportunity to see her, go do it. She's a wonderful speaker, and she really connects with the audience. She's really great. So Salt of the Sea follows the sinking of the Wilhelm Gustave. It's an historical fiction. So the sinking actually happened. That was at the end of World War II. A Russian submarine torpedoed this German ship. Like 9,600 people passed away. Really sad, but this is her take on that story, and it's a beautiful book. All right, the last book you lost. Well, I was looking for the book The Life We Bury by Alan, what's his last name? Alan Eskins. That's the last book I thought of that I wrote in margins of, and I wrote quite a bit in it, and I have no clue where that book is, which makes me really sad, because it's a beautiful book. Here's a picture of it off of Amazon. But it's an amazing book. It's about I think he's in college and he has to write a paper. He has to find somebody and kind of write a paper on their life, I think, and he ends up picking a man in a nursing home, and he's in the nursing home. It's kind of a hospice situation. He's dying, but he just spent life in prison basically for a murder, and so he ends up interviewing him, and it is a Oh, it's such a good story. Such a good story. And you don't know where it went, and it's so sad. So, last book I lost. I just figured it out today. Number 8, the last book you had to replace. So, this is not a new thing. I've been noticing I'm missing a lot of books lately. So I was at a friend's house and she was getting rid of a bunch of books and she had me go through it. So since she gave them to me, I started replacing some of the books I've been missing. So here's one that I've been missing, Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn, as well as Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. 2 of like my favorite books. Awesome, awesome psychological thrillers here. I don't know where they went. I love sharing my books. I love giving them to friends to read, and I guess one of the things that happens when you do that is sometimes you don't get them back. So another book was Memoirs of a Geisha by Arthur Golden. Don't know where this went. This follows historical fiction, I believe. I think it's back. Basically around the geishas in Japan. You follow one woman as she goes through that journey. Beautiful book. Another book I've been missing, Night by Elie Wiesel. Again, this is World War II. This is his experience in a concentration camp. And then the last one that I have no clue what happened to is Safe Haven by Nicholas Sparks. And this is my favorite Nicholas Sparks book. So I'm sure I borrowed it to somebody, I just haven't gotten it back. If you're ever on the fence about Nicholas Sparks, pick this one up. You will not be disappointed. It's awesome. Last book you had an argument over. It's not really a book, it's more of an author, Colleen Hoover. And the arguments I just get very worked up when people say she's a horrible author because she has not the best characters in her books. Like, that drives me nuts because she's still a fantastic author, and that's what she writes. She writes about complicated characters who have some issues, and maybe that relationship is not the best. That's her books. It drives me nuts. That's probably the biggest argument. And then the last book you couldn't get a hold of. There's a novella that I've been looking for, and I can't think of the name of the book. I don't remember what it is, but I cannot find it on Amazon. I cannot find it in my library. It's like it doesn't exist, and I know it exists, so I'm still going to hunt that one down. I'm also trying to find a few of these books on Audible, and I'm not having all that much luck through my library, at least for those. I said Audible, not through Audible, but on audiobook through the Overdrive app. So I do run into that every so often, that not every book is available through audio, which is okay. It's fine. I have the books, obviously I can read them. It's just audiobooks are sometimes a little easier. So that's it. That is the last 10 books tag. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was a really fun one to make. It kind of made me realize that I don't reread as often as I could. I don't write in the margins like I should, so maybe I'll change some of my bookish habits from this. If you are interested in doing this tag, please go ahead and do it. Consider yourself tagged and leave a link below because I'd love to check out the video. Otherwise, comment, subscribe, like, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.